So this is my utility room. I've got the RODI here. Just a little hanging TDS meter right there. You can see it goes down into, this is my RODI bucket where it's got a float valve. Inside the RODI bucket right now, I got a hose sitting there because I just filled up my mixing bucket. So inside the mixing bucket here, we got a heater keeping it around 77, 78 degrees, and then a 2,000 gallon per hour power head, just keeping it flowing. That's gonna be what mixes the salt. And I use a CHA utility pump in here to pump the water from bucket to bucket. So let's see if we can't set this here and maybe change the angle. Yay, there we go. So what I do is I have this guy connected to the utility pump that sits in there. I fill this up to this line right here. And when I fill it up to that line right here, that's when I'm going to start adding the salt. I'm using Red Sea Blue Bucket salt. And so I don't know what that is, so I'm going to start with around 25 gallons, which will equate to about 12 and a half cups is my guess. I'm going to put in the 12 and a half cups of salt. I'm going to test it, see if I'm at 1.026. I expect to be maybe a little below that, and then I'll add salt, probably a quarter cup at a time until I get that measure. And then once I know that measure, I'm gonna write it down, remember it, what have you. And then every time I make water, I can just fill up to that line, put in that measured amount of salt, test, and if I get a little high on the salt, I can add just a little more RODI, retest, great. If I add too little salt, then it just add more salt. And so then what I'm going to do is just siphon it out into 5-gallon buckets, and my tank is just right down the hall, and I'm gonna fill it up. So just a short siphon hose will probably do the trick. Little old Python hose I have sitting around here will do the trick nicely for the siphon. And that's all she wrote. If you have any questions about how I'm going to do it or want to see more, I'm happy to show you. That's it. So there you have it. That's how I'm going to make my water.